So we live in a world where video games are at an all-time high. The highest graphics you've ever seen, the best gameplay you've ever seen, the smoothest gameplay, right? Why is it that in a world where it seems like video games are just getting better and better and better, that sports games just feel like they have been plateaued and stagnant since maybe the past 10 years? Really? And a lot of you who play sports games probably understand what I'm talking about, okay? We know that, games like 2K, and it really doesn't matter if it's 2K NBA, 2K WWE, 2K Golf, PGA, whatever it is, we probably can all agree that these games like 2K and EA Sports, they come out with these sports games every year, and we all know what to expect because they have not changed their video game formula, right? Does that make sense? Almost every new sport game that comes out, it feels like the last sports game that came out. We've all been there. We've all played NBA 2K22, and when NBA 2K23 came out, there was maybe a slight better change in graphics, and then maybe they added some kind of like features for like better AI for your defense or maybe your offense, right? But they don't really do a whole lot of innovating. The biggest and probably the best sports game within the past, 5 to 6 years is probably NCAA football, right? That came out last year, and rightfully so. It was a breath of fresh air. It was a brand new start. It actually had pretty decent really cool, like my career kind of player where you get into college, you play like high school ball for a minute, and then you can pick any college you want, and then you later on get drafted, and then you can buy the next Madden, which you can allow that player to boom go right into Madden. Now you can start your Madden career for that. Okay, a couple things with that for me, right, is awesome, right? A good career mode is what probably a higher percentage of the fan base really buys these sports games for, right? I can probably say maybe if it's not over 50%, at least half of the consumers for sports games are going to play it for the career mode, the create your own player mode, the GM mode, right? Not a lot of people who get these games necessarily get them for the online competitive matchmaking game modes there, right? They're really only here to play my GM, my career, and then some people, a lot of people play my park or my player on NBA 2K, which is totally fine. If that's literally your selling point and that's how you get people to buy your game and people keep coming back, keep doing it. But make it better. We all know that 2K cutscenes, the graphics are just horrible. They're just plain, and it's not, you're not supposed to get this game for the graphics and how well the face moves and stuff like that. That's fine. But when there's been no progression to at least try to make that better, it's kind of shitty. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of just a big F off to all my consumers that love this portion of the game, and we put barely any work into making any kind of face animations or any dialogue or anything that's, worth the while, right? For the most part, sports game career modes have been very, if not 100%, just mediocre the past 10 years. And aside from like the career modes and stuff like that being mediocre, the gameplay really hasn't changed. Like if you go back and play FIFA 08, the only major differences besides the graphics, let's obviously the graphics and the gameplay. Besides that is like features, right? You get to do different move sets, you get different jukes, you might have, a couple different passes get added into the game, a couple different, things here and there, which is awesome. I love when games, especially sports games, add in more small features like that to make the game actually feel more like, you're playing the actual sport. But other than that, gameplay really hasn't been innovative in sports games either, especially MLB The Show. If you play MLB The Show, they literally have the same exact game mechanics as, early MLB, '09 The Show did, right? Like, it's literally the same game mechanics. The way you run bases is the same. The way you pitch is the same. The way you hit is the same, right? They might have added, like, the contact hit and the power hit. Those are features that, are added on, like I said. But overall, it's still the same game. And this is like, You could say the same for FIFA, for Madden, especially Madden. Madden's the same game every year, and 2K, in my opinion, NBA 2K. But recently, I've been playing WWE 2K25, the brand new one. I'm going to come out with a review on that the day before it drops, which is actually Friday. So I'll be coming out with a video this Thursday. And, just a brief rundown, WWE 2K25, and I also purchased the PGA 2K25. And let me tell you what, I'm just very, very disappointed, especially in WWE 2K, because you don't play that for, online. Most of the people who buy that game, they're going to play it for, to create their wrestler and become, their own wrestler. That's like, I would say more than half of the fan base buys that to do that. Now, why is it that there's just been no improvements in facial graphics, the way they talk? The dialogue is just really mediocre. The storyline is mediocre. And WWE 2K, they haven't even changed their behind the scenes brawl arena area, their backstage area. It's been the same since 2K22. And I probably even before that, I haven't even played the earlier WWE 2Ks besides 22. I may have played 20, but that was it. And maybe from memory, they may have added on certain sections of the backstage arena, but the whole main, the meat and potatoes of the backstage arena is completely the same. Why is it that we can have a WWE game on the PS2 way back in the day? I forget which one it was, SmackDown something, right? It wasn't the one with Brock Lesnar on the cover. It was a different SmackDown. It predates that. Why is it that a PS2 wrestling game gives me the option to go backstage, go into locker rooms, leave the whole backstage area and go into the parking lot, and I could fight in the parking lot? You know how insane that is in a Falls Count Anywhere match? You could fight in the parking lot, and then there's multiple backstage arenas that you could get to, different doors you could go to. It's just absolutely insane to me that that's a feature. We're living in 2K25, and the biggest thing about WWE 2K25 is their roster, right? The biggest change is they have 300 people on their roster, which is awesome. Love that. Right? The gameplay is fun. The gameplay is pretty much still the same since, the earliest WWE 2K you could get with the reversals, all that stuff. All the controls, pretty much the same, right? I didn't need to do a tutorial because I knew I haven't played this game in a minute. I'm going to hop in. I'm going to remember all the controls because I bet you they're all, the same. They only added one new feature, which is the wrestling feature, which is honestly pretty whack. It's not the greatest feature. I don't like it at all. And then talking about PGA 2K25, that is just, I don't understand how in 2K you have 2K NBA, you have all the classic teams, WWE 2K, you have all the wrestlers, but in PGA you have 7 golfers. Tiger Woods, Shooter McGavin, these are the main focal points of the commercials to really sell the game. And if I'm playing with a friend and I pick Tiger Woods, he can't. If I pick somebody, he can't, right? So it's kind of just whatever. And then when you play the game, it's really not, hey, we're going to play as all these other PGA, golfers. It's not that. It's create your own guy, make him good, play online, play ranked. That's who that game is for. PGA 2K25 is for a hardcore golf fan gamer that wants to create his own guy and play in the PGA rankings or whatever online, right? Which isn't a bad idea, but the EA Sports Golf, they had more golfers than that, which I still don't think was enough. They should just, I'm going to buy the golf game that allows me to play as John Daly. You know what I mean? I'm going to buy that game over any other game, any other golf game at the time, right? If it's a good golf game and I get John Daly, put me in. If I get prime Tiger Woods, I'm buying that. If I get prime Rory McIlroy, give me that. You know what I mean? So it just feels video games, sport video games specifically, are just very stagnant. I feel like there's just not a whole lot of innovation going on to them. We got a boxing game 2 years ago that was honestly complete dog shit. I have the review of that on my video if you guys want to go check that out. But it's been so long, and there's just been so many sports games, and they just all play the same. They're the same thing and let's just talk about, to end the video, let's talk about 2K's VC. Now, in PGA 2K25, you spend $20 and that gets you 2,000 VC. That is nothing nothing in terms of creating your character and leveling him up. 2,000 VC is absolutely nothing, especially since every time you rank up whatever stat you want to raise, the VC gets more expensive to raise it again. So 2,000 is really nothing. It literally bumped my guy up 4. I wanted to see how much just the cheapest VC, how much I could rank up buying the cheapest VC pack, right? And I ranked up like four points on my overall status. I went from like a 68 to like a 72. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's really not worth it. That $20 is going to get you nothing if you're rated, 85 or 90, right? So like, it just doesn't make any sense why they're doing that. It's just total money grab because you're not going to make any money from this game because no one's going to buy a PGA game that literally hasn't been re-innovated in 10 years. So it's just, that's that, right? And same thing for NBA. If you play these games online, it's all pay to win. All 2K games are all pay to win. And I could say that probably 2K25 WWE isn't pay to win because it's very easy to rank your guy up, like super easy to get him a really high overall. So you don't need to put in VC packs on WWE 2K because no one's playing that online for ranked. But people are going to be playing ranked PGA and people are going to be playing NBA 2K. So we have to put a VC in. And those VC packs are overpriced. They don't do anything for your guy, especially golf. But yeah, other than that, I think sports games are slowly dying. If not, they're dead in the water to me. I'm not going to be purchasing another sports game for a while until I see something that really catches me, really gets me going, hey, this might be different from last time. And unfortunately, I fell for that with the new WWE and PGA. They're totally dog shit. Don't buy them. I'll be dropping reviews about at least WWE very soon. So yeah. Make sure you guys like the video, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you guys feel about sports games being dead meat. Peace.